everybody. Welcome back to Sarah's Table. Tonight, we are going to be playing another game by Scryptid Games. You may remember from a previous episode that we let everybody be psychic trash detectives here on Sarah's Table. And we are revisiting that animal theme. I don't know for sure if we're going to all be trash animals again, but I encourage it, honestly, because they were a treat. For those of you who don't know me or maybe new to the show or the internet, my name's Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. I'm going to be your host tonight and your game master and your favorite person. I'm going to remind you to have a sip of water because I'm pretty sure you're dehydrated. Just like delicious water is the snack you need to live. I have to tell you guys that I did that, and during the show, a friend texted me and said, "Why you got to call me out like that? I clearly am not drinking enough water." And I was like, "This is why I do it." So tonight's game is called Ball of the Wild, written by dear friend Nat Mesnard. We actually played an early incarnation of this game on Sarah's Table like a year and a half ago. It's everybody's modeling like Vanna White. I love it. How much did I date myself by calling you Vanna White? Out of curiosity.
I don't know because I'm of that era. So
yeah, in this group, I think you're fine.
I think we're good. Great.
Wasn't she still on the show like 2 years ago?
I think she's an android now. I think she's gonna live forever. She's not of this planet. And it was interesting because she used to turn the letters. For those of you watching at home who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, Vanna White is the one on Wheel of Fortune that would turn the letters. But then do you remember when there was like the switch over to where they were all digital and she just had to like touch the corner of the letters that like lit up? It was like, oh no, they've taken your job fully away. You don't have to do anything now. Like, just hang out.
Just look the way you look and smile.
She looks so good still. I don't know how. Isn't she like 300 years old now? What are you eating? Give me your secrets.
She's probably drinking water.
It was
so
probably
much water. It's drinking water. Be like Vanna White. Drink a lot of water. We're definitely going to just clip out that whole section, and that's obviously going to be the trailer for the entire show. Jazz hands.
Into it.
So this game, you play an animal dressed up in drag as another animal at a drag show. I'm so excited. I could just I've been dancing around all afternoon because I'm like, drag shows are my favorite. Adorable animals are my favorite. It's like the Venn diagram here is so perfect. It's practically a circle. Okay. Before we get into that, I'm going to do a quick safety discussion because even though this is going to be sort of a silly romp through joy, it is important as a responsible game master and player at the table and human being to just know where everybody's lines and veils are. So here on Sarah's Table, you will never find sexual violence, violence against children, or withholding food as punishment or starvation. If there are anything else that the four of you find objectionable, like this is a great time to tally. Do you have any other lines that we want to? Great. Okay. If we wander into something, I can't imagine we will, but if we wander into something that makes you uncomfortable for any reason at all, you can throw up a physical X. It's very easy for me to see. You can message us in the Zoom chat that we have here. Just let me know, and we will we'll just do a mulligan. We'll do a hard right turn. Just go in another direction. No questions asked.
Do-over.
Okay. Do-over. We have infinite do-overs here on Sarah's Table. I'm going to ask you all to introduce yourself. I don't think many of you had connection with this particular game. But if you do, please let us know what it is, and also maybe how you found yourself here on Sarah's Table. I'm going to start with Dustin.
Oh man, no pressure.
No pressure.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dustin Blottenberger. I also write under the pen name Dustin Patrick Winter. My pronouns are he, him. And I am one of the Scryptids. We published Ball of the Wild. We are working on our next book, our next role-playing game called Psychic Trash Detectives. We had a pretty good Kickstarter for that, and people were pretty excited about it. We're pretty excited too, as you might see, because we got all this like swag. I have so much scripted game swag. There's a cool possum. It's a trash possum on the back of this, and then there's like the scripted games. I have, like, my Superman.
Oh man, game. Dope.
So yeah, I'm representing tonight.
Yeah, you sure are.
Yeah. And then I think I was introduced to you, Sarah, through Nat, but it's funny that we also have some friends in common, which is great.
Yeah, you know what? Wildly, I feel like the RPG community is much smaller than I always think it is. I'm like, oh, how do you know this person? And there's like this 6 degrees of separation. We're all Kevin Bacon, as it turns out.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Kevin Bacon. You do that. Could be worse people to be compared to, I think. Okay, now, internet, I don't need you to jump on that, and I don't need you to tell me all the terrible things if there are anything terrible about Kevin Bacon. Just like let me enjoy it. Thank you. All right, Cody, who are you?
Well, I'm Cody. Bahn.
Right.
I use they, them pronouns. Honestly, I don't even remember how I got here. This is my 3rd time on Sarah's Table.
Yeah. I bet you just clicked a link you found in your inbox.
Yeah, it was something about Nigerian princes and sending them money, and now I'm on a show.
This is what happens.
But I do know Dustin's partner, and now I know all of you from the last time we played. So
yeah,
here we are.
We've done it. We've hooked another one. Make a little check mark on the wall. Got another one in the bag. Deidre. You are Deidre.
It's true. I am. Last I checked, anyway.
Great.
Hi, I'm Deidre Dykes. I'm a longtime friend of Dustin and his wife Bridget. Some of the Scryptids. I was lucky enough to get pulled into like a game for Sarah's Table of Psychic Trash Detectives, like a month or so ago. It was so much fun, and when I heard we could get the band back together for more animal silliness, I was on board.
I really hope that you are all a band.
I mean, I was going for the Blues Brothers reference, but I would take also musical talent.
I also would accept being in the Blues Brothers.
What weird
band.
instrument would you all play?
Weird instrument? Triangle.
Oh.
Is it dependent on our actual ability to play musical?
Absolutely not. No.
Dibs on the jug.
Oh.
Just blowing into the jug.
I'll take washboard then.
Washboard. And Dustin, you would have what?
Sousaphone.
Oh, excellent.
Really big,
big giant.
So you're going to march with it?
Yeah, the tuba, but for people who are like ambitious and want to move around.
I love it. Tiffany, round us out, please.
I'm Tiffany Salter, she, her. I actually did the final layout for Ball of the Wild. So, I'm really proud of the bunny peacock in the middle of the book.
So cute.
But I didn't make the art. I just made that decision. But I'm part of the Scryptids, and I'm also working on the layout along with Dustin, actually, on Psychic Trash Detectives. So we are currently in the process. Isn't it? Look, it's so cute. The art in this book is so cute.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. And yeah, I came to Sarah's table last time for Psychic Trash Detectives and had a blast. So happy to be back.
So, okay. This game, at its core, is about a party. And I'm going to read you a little tiny snippet. Beneath the glittering stars, the animal queendom has gathered for that legendary animal masquerade known as the Ball of the Wild. On this night, a tribe of fierce, flamboyant, and fantastic animals dress up, perform, and enjoy being their authentic selves before the watchful eye of the grandest queen of them all, Mother Nature. So there is not a game master in this particular game. You are referred to as Mother Nature, which is dope. And we're going to jump right in and we are going to build our characters. So generally, this can be played as a shared GM experience where everyone would have the opportunity to step into the Mother Nature role. But I know that can be a little intimidating for folk. So here on Sarah's table today, I'm going to facilitate the entire game to show you that if that's a thing that you would like at your table, that it is 100% doable. But like, I bet if you stepped outside your comfort zone and just like took the tiniest little bit and you were able to be Mother Nature just for one little challenge, I bet you could do it. Although I have had people do that for the first time on my show, and the very first time I did it, they like almost TPK'd everyone. Felt very bad about it. So I maybe scared them away from doing it for a while. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do to build your legend, because we are a party of legends here, legendary performers, is you're going to be picking two animals. Your public-facing performance persona and your private, how you live your day-to-day life animal. So you're going to write down the private animal, and you are not going to tell us until the very end. There's a whole scene for it, but write down who you are on the inside, how you live your life. And now you're going to write down what sort of animal that you are dressed as. We don't need to know how the costume works just yet, but I am interested in knowing what animal we've got. So, what speaks to you? Who's got a thought? Tiffany's grinning. Do you have an idea?
Do you want just the animal or the costume, or
let's just do I want you to do your full grand dramatic reveal of your costume during that segment. So just tell me the animal.
You see a panda bear who only really walks on all fours.
Okay. All right. Love it. Love a little quadruped panda. Okay. Dustin?
Well, I'm torn.
Oh.
Between Scarlet Macaw
Ooh.
and Sexy Fish.
I love both of them for different reasons.
Yeah.
Impossible, right?
It's really difficult to choose. All right, let's let that percolate. I'll come back to you. Deidre.
Yeah, you would see before you a corgi. Perhaps smaller than most corgis you've seen, but a corgi.
Corgis are not enormous animals. You know? I mean, maybe just a puppy. We'll see.
Just a little guy.
Just a little fella. And Cody?
So I was also torn between two, but I threw mine into a poll for my friends to answer.
Oh.
And we are going with the largest North American river otter that you have ever seen in your life.
Love it. All right. So, Dustin, are we a macaw or are we a fish?
I think we are going to go with Sexy Fish.
Sexy Fish.
This is a challenge. This is going to be a challenge.
I love it. Okay. The next thing that we are planning on doing now, also, I just have to say that there are in this book, there are suggestions on what you're doing if you are playing in a physical space, and also what you can do if you are playing in a digital space, which I think is great because so much of our gaming these days has shifted to online. Well, just a little moment there. So now, my friends, our panda bear, our sexy fish, our corgi, our giant North American river otter, we have to ask yourself, what do I bring to a performance? There's a couple of options, and it's going to determine what kind of die that you will be rolling tonight. So, do you bring a silver tongue, chirpy wit, and adept communication to all your shows? Do you bring hijinks, riffs, references, pratfalls, and astounding, sparkling charisma on stage? Do you bring passion, depth, range, and gravitas, and commune with the heart of the world? Or do you bring effortless agility, strength, body control, and deftness every time you perform? What do you think?
I think I'm funny.
You think you're funny?
I think, yeah, I want to do.
You're the hijinks. Sexy fish hijinks.
Well, sparkling charisma is what really did it for me.
I got you. So you, my friend, are going to have the D6. You are the funny one. So you will always be rolling a D6, because this is my brain shut off. This is the polymorph system, which we have done many times on the show before. And so you only have to worry about one die. It just makes it so easy. All right. Does anybody else have one that speak to them?
So I changed my mind at the literal last second. I was going to go with humor, but I'm like, no, let's go physical.
Let's go physical. Great. So you are physical. You're going to take a D10. Lots of tricks. Effortless agility, strength, body control.
I have a question about how you want to play this, because I was also going to go funny because as a panda, not very coordinated.
Sure.
Kind of, I mean, we'll just say that like the silver tongue isn't exactly, I was leaning hard into the pratfalls.
Sure.
So I didn't know if it would be okay to have.
We can double up if you want to double up. Absolutely.
If we want to play the kind of breadth of all of this, I can be passionate and soulful.
You could be the D8 instead of the D10, or instead of the D6.
Yeah, I can. This fish can be flexible.
Fish are known for that, I think. So, Cody, if we round it out, that would give you the D4, which would be the silver tongue, chirpy wit. Is that a thing that you feel comfortable with?
Yeah, I was also going to go funny. And then when everybody started saying they were going to do it, I was like, I should probably go silver tongue and chirpy wit.
All right. So you'll have a D4. Deidre, you'll have a D10. Dustin, you have a D8. And Tiff, you have a D6. That's all you need to do. Now we're going to figure out what your relationship is with performing. This is the style of commitment that you are performing in the performance world. Are you a hobbyist, a working professional, a first timer? Is this a secret? Are you a student just studying to become a drag performer? Or are you a diva, the top of your field, known throughout the animal queendom?
I think I'm feeling the first timer.
First timer.
I was feeling student.
Mm-hmm.
I have thoughts for a mentor, so I think that's cute.
Okay. But you sexy fish.
I'm thinking this is that this fish is a working fish.
Working professional. Yeah.
Working professional.
Doing a lot of shows. And the panda?
Secret. So performing is a secret passion.
Ooh.
I love that. All right. We need to choose a name for each of your performers.
So I'm happy to lead us off because you asked this question. I don't remember if it made it into the final cut of the show for Psychic Track Detectives or not. They're like, if we played Ball of the Wild, what would you do?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'd be something dressed as a corgi. And her stage name would be Camilla Barker.
That's right. We love it. Camilla Barker. Remind me of
Bowles, I believe is how she spells her last name.
Camilla Barker Bowles. Yeah, so for those of you who are not super familiar with the drag scene, or folks at home who are not, drag queen names are heavy on the puns. They're more pun than name, really, if you think about it. So like feel free to lean heavy into the silly / ridiculous. But then there's also like drag queens whose name are just like Bob the Drag Queen. So
Nina West. Just a name. But she's
it's just a name, just a regular name.
I love you, Nina West. I am going to be Penelope Bambershoot.
Adorable.
I think that this fish performs under the name Rhiney Dancer. Hold me closer, Rhiney Dancer.
And making their debut, the North American river otter, whose name is
Botter Tanya.
Love it so much. Love it so much. All right. Excellent. Now we're going to set the ball. So as a group, we're going to choose a biome where this is taking place. Are we on the savannah, underwater, suburban park, temperate forest, desert, beach, tundra, swamp, grassland, mountaintop, urban wasteland, tropical rainforest, the zoo?
I love the idea of some kind of wooded area, but I'm not like swampy or, deep forest or jungle. I'm not biased, but I love the idea of trees as the ultimate decorations.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be some, you can find a clearing, right? Where like it's sort of, it makes an amphitheater naturally. How do we feel about a forest? Do we feel good about that?
Nature's proscenium art. It's fine.
I do like the when you said forest and then you said swamp, my mind went to fireflies.
Oh.
Like kind of like willow trees and mangroves and things like that.
I mean, I think we all saw Princess and the Frog, right? Have you all seen that? Yeah, like some just looked like a party there with all the animals and the fireflies, and I mean, there was a crocodile playing a trumpet. This is
lily pads.
Swamp it up, my friends. All right, and so now you each get to pick something, and give me some details so that we can really set this stage. There's a couple of categories. We do not have to we don't have to cover all of them, but you could describe the background music, the party goers themselves, the lighting, the stage, the snacks, the drinks, maybe the gossip. Tell me what is happening at this party pre-show.
Well, I think there should be signature cocktails.
Yes. Tell me about those.
So there's definitely one that's made of like berry juice, and it has like a rim of some kind, like crushed beetle rim, you know, like in a martini glass.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also like a swampy boba tea, so it's some sort of like algae boba, and a little reed for a straw. Trying to think if there's anything else that'd be fun. There's gotta be something sparkling. I don't know what, but something effervescent.
Sure. I don't know. It's okay. This is insane, and I don't know how we would get it here, but clearly we have some sort of connection. So, actual glacier ice, when it is melting, like fizzes and pops.
It's terrifying.
Yes. Correct. But if we had some sort of connection for this particular party, all of the ice to keep the drinks cool could be actual glacier ice, and then it would make that like sparkling effect without having to put any carbonation in anything. Nature. Yeah, no, but that's horrifying. Just you're welcome, everybody at home.
My brain knows another thing. I wish it didn't.
So sorry. But if I had to know, now you have to know. Yay.
Well, a thing I know is that every part of a cattail is edible. And so I would imagine that for snacks, there's just like different plays on cattails. So the sort of like stem as skewer through like different kinds of like other like vegetables and stuff, and I don't know. I just know they're edible. I don't know what the parts are called, but the puffy part at the top.
Sure.
I think that like they've been taken off, cut up, and then re-put onto the skewers.
Are cattails the ones that look like corn dogs?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah. So some are just like in their natural state, but someone decided to mess around with
putting extra stuff on it.
Yeah. Like molecular gastronomized it and, made it so extra that it didn't need to be.
We love extra. All right.
So this is like half party goers, half background music.
Okay.
But I imagine a band of like frogs like croaking in different levels, just making some like music for all the guests to chill to.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Maybe there is live music when we are doing these challenges. Perhaps they are the live band. Live band drag. It's great stuff.
Their rendition of Toxic is amazing.
Oh, it's the best. They can really get bassy in it. It's cool.
Well, we've got something to hear, something to taste, a bunch of things to taste. Actually, we're big on we must be hungry.
Food is life. So get it.
So I guess let's see, what are we missing here?
What does the performance area look like?
Dustin, I feel like you touched on lighting earlier with the
That's
fireflies.
True.
Yeah, I think that like there are like lanterns that are themselves little microcosms. They are little firefly parties. So all of the fireflies are having parties in the lanterns that are lighting the sort of area here.
They're having their own drag shows.
They're having their own shows. We'll have to zoom in. That's for another episode. We'll zoom in on one of the things and everybody will be time. I love it. Okay. So there's this grand stage. Truly, this is an event that everybody goes all out for, right? They just come in and everyone is helping and pitching in. All of the performers are there. The audience is filled with other performers, probably in drag. It's hard to tell. So like the excitement is just palpable here. And you are getting ready to enter. And that, lighting is starting to sort of, people are settling down in their seats. And we get to have, before the host comes out and announces everything, we get to have you make grand entrances onto the stage, spotlight and everything. So you hear over the loudspeaker, because I don't know how we're doing this technology, but we're doing it. Welcome to the stage. Put your hands together for Penelope Bambershoot. And so what do we see, Penelope?
Penelope kind of tumbles out in this kind of ungainly extra costume. And on top of the panda gear, you see this extravagant shoulderless evening gown that is made only from bamboo leaves.
Oh.
And so it's like this lovely green that like pops against the black and white of her coat, and in her mouth she has like a stick of bamboo, not too long, just like kind of like this long, and she like tilts her head as she is walking along to like bang it on the ground to create her own little like rhythm to like come out to.
God, love it. Crowd goes wild. You are feeling the love from the crowd. They are loving you. As you exit, we have another announcement. Please put your hands together for Bryony Danza.
So, and I think Bryony kind of hops out from behind a tree, and she, kind of makes a pose and blows some kisses. She is dressed in, she's quite tall. She's dressed in a kind of glittering, long, like flowy, silvery gown with fringe that comes off of the arms, like down, and sparkles, and she takes kind of little. Do you remember? Maybe Nessie. Now I'm dating myself. Do you remember how Fred Flintstone would bowl?
Uh-huh.
Where he would like with his little feet
on his tiptoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how she comes out. So that's how she like hopped, but you see that she hopped because she needed to make a big entrance, and she really she can only move so much. And then she walks up, and then about halfway up, she stops and she tears at her dress, and then out comes a big, sexy, fuzzy leg.
Oh, a reveal already. I love it.
Just teasing.
Just teasing.
You can't tell much from the leg.
Sure.
It's just brown fur.
Just
like
a little
kind of
tease.
Like very dark, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, she is a professional. She knows all the tricks already.
She wants to get people kind of chatting about her.
Just excited.
Right from the get-go.
Yeah. Yeah. People know your name, my dear. People are very excited. There's a lot of chatter in the audience of like, oh, I didn't know Bryony was going to be here tonight. Just like very excited. Welcome to the stage, our next performer, Camilla Barker Bowles.
And I imagine like off to like one side of the stage, there's a series of vines, flowering vines that are almost like a beaded curtain.
Correct.
And so just through like the opening is one singular paw. And the little toenails are done in like a mirror purple nail polish, and they just catch whatever light are coming off the fireflies. So it's just like a tease, just like one leg, like elegantly extended, tap, 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 withdrawn, the other leg, withdrawn. And then coming through the curtain is a petite little corgi with a rhinestone collar, done up in like purple and pink and just like clear diamonds and rhinestones, wearing a large feather like headpiece, like almost Vegas-like in its ostentatiousness. Ooh. And she just struts across the stage and swings her hips back and forth a little bit with the music, just like very rhythmically swaying. Takes a quick little turn around and does a little like twerk twerk with the corgi butt.
Yes.
And then back around, sits down, crosses her paws like an elegant lady, and winks at the audience.
Everybody loves it. Going crazy yet again. It's a very appreciative crowd. They got here early and they started on those signature cocktails, and they are ready for a show. And please welcome in their stage debut, Badr Tanya.
At first, a box, a very large box with a clam on top of it, is wheeled out onto the stage.
Yes.
And once it reaches like the center stage, the clam starts to open, but then before it can, two paws come up around it and lift the clam up. And out of the box springs a large, like 6 foot tall North American river otter with a tan coat that's like slicked back, like she has been swimming. So it's like glistening and very like shiny. And as she stands, the box like unfolds and becomes like a sparkly green dress. And then she smashes the clam onto her stomach, cracking it open. And when she does, fireflies and glitter like spray out across the stage. And then she just winks at the crowd and blows a kiss and goes and takes her seat.
Nailed your first entrance, my friends. They loved that. Listen, little audiences are always so excited for like baby drag. Like they're so excited of like, this is the first time you've ever been here. They're going to be, especially because a lot of the people in the audience are also performers. Like they're going to be so supportive, but like you kind of blew it out of the water there, friends. Like they were not expecting you to look so professional when you did it. And the fact that you did was like very impressive. So it's you have, you have a couple of moments, the four of you, before the show starts, to just kind of like give each other props. Like, how are we feeling about this show that you have coming up tonight? Let's talk to each other.
Badr looks at the three of you and goes, "Oh my God, y'all were all so perfect."
Oh my God, you were so perfect. That entrance was amazing. Have you? I don't know that I've ever seen you around here before.
My first time.
Oh my goodness, a little baby angel. Oh, you did wonderful. That was the audience loved it.
Thank you. I feel like you guys outshone the entire stage. Outshone the fireflies even. Their own little party.
And Bryony and Penelope, those dresses, my goodness.
Thank you. Well, okay, I guess my paws are down here. Thank you. It's amazing that I haven't torn it off accidentally yet.
No, that sounds like there's going to be a reveal later.
I don't think you get much of her. I think Bryony is the kind of aloof type, you know, like she's been doing this a while, so maybe she's a little hard to impress, but she does appreciate the compliment. So
Franny is Alan Rickman in Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
I perform Shakespeare. I'm busy.
Yeah, so there's no voice. That she has like this big sort of fish head on top of the sparkly pretty dress. And it's maybe a little bit sort of disconcerting. She's got kind of like fishy googly eyes, you know? Like fish eyes kind of look like googly eyes already.
Right.
But sort of like just like a big fish mouth, and there is no sound from inside besides and like a little kind of a little twirl with the dress, like blows a kiss maybe
with the fin. We love it. All right, so a figure heads out to the stage. A big spot catches them. They're so small. In fact, a big magnifying situation pulls up, and you see just like the tiniest fox that you've ever seen, and she's twirling her tail. And someone says, "Welcome to the stage, the host for this evening, the Vixen." Flying up to a microphone amplification section. And she says, "Oh, I'm so excited for you all to be here tonight. We are going to have the most amazing show. Listen, we have a couple of rules. No flash photography, please." Throws off the performers, gets the fireflies very confused. We do not want them to sort of start floating away. Also, tip your waiters and your bartenders and your waitresses. Consent is not only mandatory, but it's also very sexy. So keep your hands to yourself. Please remember, if you get hit with any flying costume pieces, those are not free. Please give them back. They're not souvenirs. And then also, listen, this is important. We appreciate your hoots and hollers, but really what we appreciate is your tip in dollars. So if you see something that we are doing on the stage that you love, then you make it rain on us, because we all up here, we just love it. Couple people throw some things up on the stage, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much. I love it." And just blowing kisses to the audience. She's like, "We're going to do a couple of things tonight. We have 4 challenges, and somebody is going to go home with a trophy from each and every one of them. You just met our performers for the night. Oh my gosh, we're so excited. Let's bring them back out on the stage." And she gestures, and so that you all can come out. There are areas for you. They're going to take turns coming up and doing their thing. The first challenge that we have is going to be about communication. We, as performers, and as the important people that we are in the animal kingdom, we need to be able to show all of you what we mean. We're going to communicate to you. So the very first thing that we are going to do is a poetry reading. I'm going to have you all step forward one at a time. You're going to give me your best poetry slam. And then the audience is going to help me decide who we think did the best job. She's going to step aside. So here's what we can do. Obviously, this is a role-playing game, and you shall be role-playing what is happening here. But how well you do on this challenge is determined by the roll of your die. So you're going to take that die that I gave you, whichever one it is, whatever kind it is, and you're going to roll it. And this is a speaking challenge, and you are looking for either a 2 or a 3 to come up on that die.
Oh, no.
Now, the odds are not in my favor.
There's also a chance that you could transcend yourself. If you roll max on your die, that is an automatic success. Not just an automatic success, but it changes you as a performer. However, with that in mind, should you roll a 1, that also changes you as a performer, but in the other way. So yeah. So let's do our rolls first right now, and everybody just tell me what you got. Oh, I see some not so happy faces, I think.
No, this is happy.
Okay.
I maxed out. I rolled a 10 on a d10.
Yeah, all right. Get it, girl. Okay, here we go. All right, Camilla's having a good night at the moment.
Start strong.
Botter.
I got a 1.
Okay, good. You know what? Hey, it's your first time out here. You might get nervous.
Performing contains multitudes.
It's a lot.
fine.
It's a lot. All right. Bryony, what did you roll?
4.
A 4. Mm-hmm.
So close.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. And then Penelope.
A 5, which is a failure.
Okay. All right. So I don't know for sure, but I feel like I know who's going to take this first category. But I'm willing to see what happens. So Butter, you are excited. This is the first thing that you've ever done. You feel like your reveal went so well, and you're like, this is it, I'm going to do it. And you step forward. Now you rolled a 1. What happens with the 1 is that it is a near cataclysmic failure. Everything that could have gone wrong, goes wrong. And it is because of something that your inner animal is doing. So the one that is hidden from everybody, something about anatomy or something causes a problem. You do not have to reveal what kind of animal fully it is, but can you tell me what happened? I'm going to say you didn't even get to say anything. Like you stepped forward and something went wrong.
But I wrote a thing really quick.
Hit me. I want to hear it.
Botter like awkwardly comes up onto the stage and says, a swim and a run, a clam and some sun, chilling with a group, and then sees Bryony, and her stomach grumbles really loud. And she goes, this otter enjoys fish soup?
Oh no. They're like, you did good. You did good, babe. Nice job.
Lambles off stage.
Okay. Bryony is called forward. Oh, you are still muted. There we go.
I double muted.
Double mute.
I double unmuted, which muted me. And maybe that's telling because I think Bryony has a very, very dramatic, heartfelt poem. She gets up there and she gestures wildly with her fins and says, "Oh, plankton, my plankton." And then sort of freezes because she can't remember the next line, I think.
Oh, no.
And then bows dramatically and then walks off stage.
People are like, good job. I feel like there was more. Do you feel like there was more? I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of performance art thing, but good job.
It's avant-garde.
It's avant-garde. It's
she tries to play it off by like when she walks off and everyone's kind of like looking at her like, oh? And she says, "Oh, you just always have to leave them wanting more," is the thing.
It's what we call a pregnant pause. All right. Penelope is gestured forward.
I have a question in the chat. If you could
Oh, yeah.
answer in the chat real quick.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me open that. I saw that it came in. Yeah. You could. I mean, let's remember that it is a family show.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
there,
Okay.
yeah, we got it.
So I failed. Okay.
Okay.
So Penelope comes out on the stage and like looks very confident and is just ready to take the mic. Clears her throat and says, "Spring has the fauna elated. The birds are all Twitter-pated. Every sparrow and duck aerodynamically." And then it goes blank and walks back and exits the stage.
Great. Good job. Great. There's some raucous laughter from the audience of folk who have filled in the end of that limerick for you. And a smattering of applause. Camilla, please step forward.
And Camilla does step forward with aplomb and just she just struts everywhere she goes.
Yeah.
There is burlesque music just in her head, and she is strutting to
Constantly.
And she scampers up the mic stand and takes her position. There once was a pup from Kentucky who left the house feeling quite lucky. She laid on the ground and rolled all around, got grass and mud everywhere. Quite mucky.
There's sort of a moment here, and you feel something just like clicks for you. This is a defining moment in your drag career. So you had been you're a student, you're studying performance with a trusted mentor, still figuring out the details, but this is the moment where you realize, hey, I could really do this. And we're going to bump you up. Are you getting bumped up to a hobbyist, which is someone who occasionally performs? Or are we bumping you all the way up to working professional?
I mean, I think she has dreams of stardom, so I think the goal is to be a working professional. So maybe this is the night that starts the career.
This is the night. This is the night. And the audience responds, I think, mostly to the attitude that you have when you waddle your cute little corgi butt up there. And you're like, this is it. I know what I'm doing. And you own that stage. And so you get yourself a little trophy. Because it is a drag show. It is like a giant mouth on top of a, so this is the speaking category. So you have a big giant mouth. And you know what? I don't know if this does anything jealousy for you, Brian, but it is like, because it's like a wide mouth bass on top with the mouth like open. It's a fish mouth. So you are given that. Everybody was crazy. They shower you with cash, animal cash. I don't know what that is. We didn't establish that, but whatever currency we're using tonight, you are swimming in it. Okay. The vixen comes back out. Little magnifier comes back up, and she says, "Oh my goodness, what an amazing way to start the show!" And everybody freaks out and is enjoying themselves. She said, "I feel like we could have another little something here. Listen, I'm up for a laugh. Who here likes to laugh? Yeah, I think that it is time for all of our competitors to make us laugh. And I'm going to say you can even decide what you're going to do. Do you want to do an impression? Do you want to do improv? Do you want to roast somebody in the audience or one of your fellow competitors? Do some stand-up? I want to hear your best. We're going back to our vaudeville roots. Make us laugh. She steps back. Big giant thing retracts again. This is a comedy challenge, and we are looking for a 3, a 4, or a 5, or a max. All right.
I got a 2, which is a fail.
Okay.
I also got a 2.
2.
Dustin appears elated.
Seems like Bryony maybe did good.
Did good, got a 5.
Got a 5. Tiffany also got a 5.
Mhm.
We also got a 5. All right.
5 friends.
Good. Okay. Beep beep. All right. So Botter determined to redeem themselves. Step forward. Show us what you got.
Hey, everybody. Why did Cinderella get kicked off the basketball team?
Why?
She ran away from the ball and her coach was a pumpkin. Da-da-da-da.
Jazz hands. Okay. They were like, oh, that was good. She didn't fall down this time. Her stomach didn't make a weird noise. This is improvement. We're doing better. Deidre, I'm sorry. Camilla, you are feeling supremely confident. You just ran all over that last category. So you're feeling maybe a little cocky and you step forward.
Exceedingly overly confident.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Camilla struts on stage and perches herself on a little 3-legged stool that's been set out for her and produces from behind her back a sock puppet that looks like a snake, kinda. It's got googly eyes and a little tongue that hangs out. And she's coming at this performance with every bit of confidence that she has. And it is a ventriloquist performance. Well, I actually think you're the dummy. Oh, you're the dummy. But you can see her mouth moving every time the sock puppet talks, and it's just the jokes are you've heard them before. It's the usual ventriloquist act. She commits to it. It's not incredible.
Yeah, but you're confident. That gets you so far. It's
yeah.
Perhaps it's because it sort of pales in comparison to the thing that you did in the first category. I think they were like, oh, this is gonna be great, and you were like, whop whop whop, and they were like, oh,
Yep. One of the googly eyes falls off the sock puppet in the middle, but she's trained, so show must go on.
Keep going.
Yeah.
We're Yes Andy in the eye falling off. We're doing it. I got it. All right, Penelope.
So Penelope, in the backstage area, gets her bamboo rod and then has another little piece in her bag that she screws on to the top of one end of it. And it's a hook. It basically makes a giant shepherd kind of hook situation, and proceeds to go out onto the stage and do a super old school vaudeville kind of really ungainly 4-footed tap routine, while also kind of pratfalling, basically kind of tumbling all over herself and just leaning fully into slapstick vaudeville kind of humor. and until she crooks herself off of the stage.
I love it. I'm a sucker for the old vaudeville stuff. Everybody in the audience loves it. Oh, they're going nuts. It's amazing. Bryony, you feel good in this category. This stage is calling you. Tell me what you do.
And Bryony has a stand-up routine that she has been practicing, and she has been killing it. Like, okay, so she's like laughing at her own jokes because she's practicing this in private, but she thinks that it's super funny. And she's ready to go up there. And then because she tore her dress a little bit earlier as kind of like a show of confidence, the dress is actually a little bit long for her now because it's sort of like not. And she is going up there and she goes to reach for the mic and has tripped on her dress and then shouts a very naughty word and falls backwards off the stage screaming that word. And then she's laying on the ground and then can't get back up. And so she's just a fish that is flopping around on the ground. And then other people try and come and help her back up. But because she's a very large fish, then she brings them down with her. And everyone, I think, maybe finds this kind of amusing.
It's very funny. It's very funny. It's like Fish Out of Water is a classic comedy scenario. And you've taken it to a whole nother level. We have two folks who are tied for it, and I'm going to let the dice decide which one. And by letting the dice decide, the vixen is talking directly to the audience. Like, we're going to do it by cheers. So, I think everybody knows that it's between Bryony and Penelope. So we're gonna do a roll. Okay. Penelope just barely gets that. Got two more categories, Bryony. You're gonna get this. I believe in you. You're a professional.
I have lots of these trophies. It's fine. It's fine. Let them have some.
For sure. Yeah, that's fine. Weirdly, this is a red panda on top of a thing and it's doing the thing that it does where it like makes itself real big when it's trying to be scary because it's very funny. So you have just snagged the comedy trophy. And the vixen comes back out and says, well, we have two more categories of the night, but we are going to take ourselves a short intermission. And coming up afterwards, we're going to do the music category. And then we're going to round out the show with our big finale of the dance category. We're so excited. We can't wait for you all to see it. So everybody go back to the bar, go grab yourself another drink, go use the facilities, go get yourself a couple of extra singles so that you can throw it at our amazing performers. And we will be back in a few minutes. And I actually think this is a perfect place for us to take also a bio break. So all of those things I just said, but don't throw singles at your computer screen. Probably.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Okay, you can throw them at the computer screen if you want. But if you're like dying to give money to somebody, like I've got a Ko-Fi, just hit me up. It's fine. And we'll see you back here in a few minutes. welcome back from the break. We went off on a tangent in the break. I mean, we did record it all. Some of it might show up as a little snippet. We don't know. It's gonna be great. I'm real excited about it. We came up with some more amazing outfits that we could dress up in. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I can't. I have to stop because my brain is just spinning. I'm like, we talked about doing like an all dinosaur drag show in Ball of the Wild. I'm so ready. Okay. Obviously, this is the Vixen talking about the show that's coming up next week. Make sure that you come back and see our fantastic Jurassic sort of situation. I'm going to come up with a better pun for it by the end of the night. My brain has to figure it out. But yeah, come back and see us next week. We're so excited. It's going to be great. But right now, we need to get our performers back out here for the music category. This is going to be, and they all knew this prior to coming in, so they have absolutely prepped it, a instrument. They need to be playing an instrument, something amazing for us. They can choose their instrument. They can choose their kind of music, whatever genre they would like. They can interpret it how they want, but it has to include a physical instrument that they are playing. So let's do our rolls. Let me see. Let's see what happens. We are looking for a 4, a 5, a 6, or a 7, or a max on your die. Uh-oh. Is Spotter going to redeem herself?
I got a 4, which is also the max on my die.
Heck yeah.
I got a 6 on a D10, and I had to turn it around and look for the dot to make sure that I had rolled, but I thought I had rolled.
Okay, good.
I also got a 6.
Great.
I got a 4 on a D6.
My gosh, you guys, this is a really good category. This is going to be really good. All right, here we go. All right, Penelope, you're up first.
Okay. So Penelope comes out to the stage, and you don't really see anything because you like it's just Penelope. She comes out to the stage, she comes up to the microphone, and then you hear very muffled from inside her panda mask a harmonica. And so she like the harmonica starts, and like it's clear that it's just blowing into the harmonica with no like hand situation sort of or jaw situation. Right. So she's doing her level best. And so like kind of halfway through, she realizes that maybe it's not getting out to the microphone so she's kind of knocks her head back just to open the mouth of the and so the harmonica can get at the microphone a little bit better.
And what song is she playing?
Oh, it's like 12, it's like Delta blues. Like, it is for sure. Just like, it's, it is
it's classic swamp music, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
In trying to keep with the, pandas aren't like necessarily indigenous to the swamp, but it is a nod to the environment for sure.
Yeah, we pander to the local crowd here. I understand.
We even panda to it.
To the local crowd.
Yeah. So
extra points for that. Yeah.
That's where the success comes in.
I just took psychic damage.
And then she kind of like curtsies to the best of her ability and then retreats.
Yeah. Crowd loves it. They throw currency at you. and like some very small fish, weirdly. I don't know what that's all about, but like it's getting late in the night. People are a little toasted. And so they're just throwing whatever's close. It's one of this.
She's into it.
She's into it. All right. Bryony, you're stepping up next.
So Bryony makes her way to the stage and launches into an extremely heartfelt and passionate rendition of Aretha Franklin's, in parentheses, "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman."
Ooh, yeah.
And it's quite, based on what I rolled, I think it's quite good.
It's quite good.
In the chorus, when she gets to the you,
yeah,
like a natural.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then mic drop, and then walks off, and sort of twinkles off.
They love it. This is the Bryony that they came to see. They knew you were going to be, if they knew you were going to be here tonight, they knew that you were going to bring this sort of level professionalism and spectacle to the stage. Very excited about it. Camilla, I'm so sorry you got to follow that.
Camilla comes onto the stage carrying a very small banjo made from a bottle cap and like a popsicle stick and some actual like cat whiskers.
Amazing.
That she plays, and she plucks out a rendition of Country Roads, but instead of Country Roads, it's Swampy Woods.
Oh,
because
adorable.
We too are playing to the audience.
Yeah.
This is something her mentor has taught her, is like just pander to them. It's fine.
That's very smart. Yeah. You gotta find what the locals like, and you gotta poke at it a few times. It's important. They love it. They love it, and they love you. This is an amazing category. The audience is already buzzing of like, I don't know how's she gonna pick who wins. It's so good. And Butter, it is your time. You know this is what you came to do tonight. Stage is yours.
Butter steps out onto the stage. You see no instruments on her at first. And when she gets out, she reaches her hand very smoothly into the back of her dress, unhooks her bra.
Oh, reveal time.
Pulls it out of her dress, and it is a clam bra. That she takes the two clams and uses them as castanets as she winks to the... Did we decide to call them the country toads? Because I love that.
Yeah. Yes.
As together they all start playing Hips Don't Lie by Shakira.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And she does it flawlessly as she like dances and moves across the stage.
There's sort of a hush for a moment as the audience takes this in. And then just a deafening roar of approval. Everybody's going bonkers. They're so excited. They like, and even more excited because it's like, oh, my baby's growing up. I knew you could do it. I'm just like swelling with pride, and they're so excited for you. And like, you just own this stage. It is yours completely. You have taken it. And as soon as you finish, the Vixen hands you the statue, the trophy, and it is a bullfrog with its pouch inflated for the music. Whoop. One category left. Vixen gets back on the mic and says, "It is what we've all been waiting for. The dance challenge." Here's what we need to do for the dance challenge, my friends. You need to roll a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. It's going to be very hard for you, Butter.
I also just love the pun of 5, 6, 7, 8, or
5, 6, 7, 8
for dance.
9. Shh, shh. Don't worry about the 9. Or max.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You did what you came here to do.
We seem to have 2 rousing successes. I also rolled a 2.
All right.
Two rousing. I saw Tiffany go,
Yeah.
ah, and then I rolled really high and I went, ah, but they were both completely silent.
I was muted, but it was also completely silent.
All right. What did you each get?
I got 6 on a D6.
Oh.
So,
I got an 8 on a D8.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, didn't we tie last time too?
Yes. The two of you know what's going on. So the dance category is okay. This is a freestyle dance. However, it has been prepared in advance in so much as that you have picked the song that you are dancing to. So the first music that comes up is Camilla's. Camilla, what song did you pick?
Camilla will be dancing to Material Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Tell
me how that goes.
I mean, unfortunately, according to the dice, not so great. The intention was good. She comes out in like a really beautiful fur coat. And the goal is to do like the burlesque style tees with like the peaks from behind and the shoulder rolls.
Yeah.
But at some point, like she steps on the hem of the fur coat and does a little tumble and kind of panics and like tries to like wipe her face real fast and like tries to recover and does the rest of the routine, but like it's missing something, like
something.
It threw her. So she finishes through. She sees it out, but it's just not. It doesn't have like that oomph to it.
Hey, pro tip: those of us in the industry don't call that falling down. We call that treating the audience to unexpected floor work. So once you land down there, you just stay there. Just do some stuff down there, and then get up. You'll know this for next time. Good. The vixen gives you a little tip as you're exiting. Don't worry about it. You're gonna be great. Okay. Butter's music comes on next. What did you choose?
Misery Business by Paramore.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And how does it go, my friend?
Not well, because Butter just kind of stands there and headbangs a little bit and then like acts like she's in a mosh pit, but there's no one else there. So she's just like swinging around. And then the song ends.
They're like, oh, listen, I really feel she peaked in the last category. We're good. We're all doing good here. We love Butter. We love Butter. All right.
When Butter gets to the back, Penelope is just like, we all have our strong categories. It's fine.
We can't all be good at everything, Yeah,
I thought my dance was really good too.
Oh, I love Butter. I love you, Butter. Penelope, your song comes on next. What have you chosen?
So Penelope ahead of time in the back stage area takes that bamboo that has the hook on it and on the other end screws in the top of an umbrella. And so goes out onto the stage, still like wearing her evening gown, but now has an umbrella. And you think that it's going to be Singing in the Rain. And it is Singing in the Rain for like maybe the first verse. And it goes great. And then she tosses the umbrella to the side and says, I want to get wet. And then like does flash dance and like leans back and a bucket of water is poured over her. She takes off the dress, and underneath she has a very 80s sort of like leotard situation, not made out of bamboo, but has a bamboo print on it.
Sure.
And then proceeds to do a rousing rendition of Flash Dance. And it goes as perfectly as it like she could have ever dreamed it to go.
Amazing. The audience eating it up with a spoon. They love it so much. I mean, honestly, anytime that you get an act that's a little messy, audiences are going to go for it. Like they are loving it. They love it so much. But I got to tell you, Bryony, you have been saving it up all night. And it is time to lay everything out on that stage. What song have you chosen? We don't know.
So I think that probably what happens is that everyone just thinks that Flashdance is a really long song because Bryony made the mistake of also doing Flashdance. And so she doesn't really know what to do, and she's dancing. And then I think, because we have this transcendent moment, right?
Yeah.
We have this thing that changes our performance forever.
Yeah.
I wonder, Tiffany, do you think that Penelope sees Bryony struggling on stage and comes up and dances with her?
So they're in like a crossover situation.
1000%.
I love it.
Yeah. And so I think maybe they like start off where Bryony is a little confused about what's going on, and then starts to very quickly pick up on like, oh, this person's helping me out here with my performance. And so the two of them have sort of an antagonistic sort of dance, you know, to start off with. And then by the end, Bryony has just totally given herself over to dancing with Penelope, and the two of them have an amazing dance together. And I think what Bryony gets out of this is that it's so lonely. It's a lonely game being on stage by yourself. And she realizes that she's much better when she performs with other people.
Takes a village. I'm pretty sure that old adage is about drag queens.
Botter is in the back just bawling tears of like joy and perfection.
Just your heart is so full, Botter. It's so full. The Vixen. So it was a tough race. It was a tough race, but you know what? The moment of grace and sharing, that's what this is all about. And she hands the trophy that has giant peacock on the top, hands it to Bryony. You, my friend, have earned this tonight.
I think Bryony bursts into tears.
Oh, love it.
I think that it's very funny when she like goes to like bring her little flippers up to her face, and like her googly eyes are bouncing.
Are they also crying? Have you rigged those to also cry?
You can see that what she has done is actually just slapped a little piece of blue felt on the side. And so it looks like she's crying. It looks like
she's crying. Oh, I love it. You know, the Vixen comes up. Thank you so much for coming. We are so happy to have had you here. Everybody, please give a round of applause one more time for all of our amazing performers. Penelope Bambershoot, Bryony Danza, Camilla Parker Bowles, and for the very first time, Botter Tanya. Everybody get to take your take your bows. Everybody's like, there's definitely somebody in the audience that's like doing the hysterical cry and like, oh my God, I love you so much. Just like freaking out in the audience. What a successful, amazing event. But the night's not over, because one of the big things about doing drag or burlesque is getting out of it. So you have gone back into the dressing room all together. It's one communal dressing room. Nobody's above anybody else here. You get back there and it's time to remove your costume. And the vixen has already started, takes off little tiny ears and unfurls little antenna and wiggles out of her little tail and like sort of gets it all out and gets her extra little bee legs out and just kind of like buzzes and stretches. And you guys did so great tonight. I'm so glad that you were here. I can't wait for you to perform for us again. And now we're going to go around and everybody's going to get out of drag and reveal what animal that they live as the rest of the time. Let's hop over to our working professional, who I believe has maybe catapulted themselves to diva status by the amazing performance that they had tonight. So, Bryony, what happens when you take that fish off? Mute. Here it is.
There it is. I think that Bryony has a hard time getting out of her dress and her outfit. And then you hear just a roar, and then claws rip the costume just directly in half and throw it on the ground. And there is a very large and wonderful bear that is there.
Is it the same bear
that
was in our other game?
I mean, I was thinking that it's probably Jim. It's Jim the bear.
That's what Jim does on his evenings. Amazing. Such an amazing time. And the vixen goes, "Hey, bud, we would have helped with the costume. Like you didn't have to rip it. Those are expensive. Like that didn't have to be a one-time use thing. You could have."
I really enjoy needlework.
Oh, great. Great. Maybe I could commission you for something.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'd really love that, actually.
Oh, that'd be great.
I forgot Jim has a minute. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh. Yeah, I'd love to help you out with that. That sounds nice.
You do some needlework on it. That'd be nice. Camilla, what happens when you take yours off?
So Camilla, you all have to look down. She is very tiny, and she unstuffs the padding from her hips and her backside, and like takes those out of the corgi, painted colored tights. Takes the back half of the costume off and untucks her long little tail. Ooh. Takes the front off, little mouse ears. She's a little field mouse.
Oh. I love it.
It has a little thimble full of one of the signature cocktails, and it's just like, well, that was delightful, everybody. I had so much fun. Oh my goodness.
Also, like with the scale, the trophy is probably like 3 or 4 times your size.
She would have definitely needed help to get that off the stage.
Sure. Well, I mean, we have our equivalent of the pit crew. They're helping. All right. Butter?
Yeah, similar to, I guess, Bryony. Butter sort of like washes out the stuff that she was using to like slick back the fur and make it look like she'd been swimming. What? And she like rips off her dress, and you see a Kermoude bear.
Whoa.
Which is a subspecies of a black bear. It's more tan, it's lighter. So she can like pull off the otter look a little bit better.
Was this like I saw someone who looked like me do it, and then it gave me the courage to do it?
No, this is solely someone said like, oh, you know what? If you went swimming, you'd look like an otter one time. And so
Amazing.
she was like,
Oh, I could do that.
I'm gonna start going to
doing
like drag
Oh
shows.
my God, I love it. And this was your first one, and you did amazingly. You did amazingly in one category.
She had a lot of help with the entrance.
So much help. It's maybe the only thing that she worked on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Look,
The Shakira bit was
away
all
with a
improv.
trophy.
Yeah, you got a trophy. You're working it.
But that entrance was
unheard of.
so good.
It was so
That
good.
entrance was so good.
It was choice. All right, Penelope.
Penelope, you saw a little bit earlier that like the mask or the head kind of comes through. There's a zip from chin to like panda sternum, and that she needs help with.
Sure.
So she goes over to somebody to unzip her, and then she walks out of the costume, and it's a coyote. So there's this coyote. Hi, I'm Colton. How's it going? And just maybe his tail is tucked, so he gets the tape, removes the tape. Is very painful.
Yeah.
But otherwise is just mostly sweaty from being in the costume all night long.
Yeah. Probably feels real nice. Everything's kind of relaxing back into its natural place. Just kind of stretch it out. And so we each get to, all of the players, you get to ask the player to your left one question. And I'm going to have you roll a d6 to determine what question that is. Okay. Camilla, what did you roll?
I haven't rolled yet. Sorry, I was digging out
That's
my
okay.
dice. I rolled a 4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you are going to be asking Botter what role does performing at the ball play in the rest of your life? So the two of you can have that little bitty scene right now.
You know, Botter, I was blown away. Your entrance was incredible. It's hard to believe that you are a novice, really, to all of this. And I'm just curious, because I've been at this for a little while. How do you think this is going to sort of fit into the whole rest of your deal? You did.
Well, I joined on a whim, just because it sounded fun. But after tonight, I think I want to make it into something like professionally. I'll probably look for a mentor now. But actually, you did amazing too. Would you?
Oh, me?
Well,
Somebody wants me to be their mentor. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She's like fanning herself. She's like, I will be so honored. I will take everything that my mentor has taught me, and I will teach you, and we're gonna make you a queen on stage. My goodness.
Butter picks her up and just like hugs her.
Okay. All right. Oh, we're hugging. We're hugging. I like hugs.
All right. Well, you're having that. Dustin as Jim the Bear as Briny Danza. Love it so much. Give me a d6 roll, Dustin, and let's see what you are asking Penelope. Is that a 1? All right. So the two of you are having a mini scene, and you want to know what they are going to do to relax now that the ball is over. The two of you were sort of performance equals tonight, you felt, right? Like, so what? I don't know that you're necessarily trying to pick them up, although I suppose you can decide that on your own. But like, what is happening now that this ball is done?
So what are you what you up to now that that we're all done? I think, yeah.
You're muted,
Penelope.
Penelope.
Want to ask?
Well, usually I go home and it's pretty. I mean, I gotta wrangle up some grub tonight and then probably just settle down in my den. It's pretty late, you know. What are you getting into tonight?
I was gonna go lick a bunch of dumpsters if you're into
Oh,
that sort of thing.
oh, I am so into, yep. I see above note about wrangling grub. Sometimes it's hunting, mostly it's licking dumpsters.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, into it.
Solid friendship tactic. We love it. Could turn into something more. We don't know. But at the moment, dumpsters forever. All right. Botter, give me a D6 roll. Let's see what you snag from Briny before they leave.
I got a 4.
Another 4. Okay, so I'm gonna shift. You want to know what Briny's favorite performance of the night was?
Hi, Briny, right? Jim?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, either one is fine.
So you seem to have been at this a while, and there's a lot of like great performances, and I'm like still learning a lot. Could you just tell me like what your favorite one was?
That's a tough one. Probably my own. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. Uh, you know, I really liked your performance, and you know what? Not the one that everybody went crazy about. Uh, I like some of the other stuff. I felt like it was real. Like you had some real vulnerability, and you kind of let it all hang out there, and I think it showed some real guts. And that's just let's just it's just bear to bear talk. I'm a bear too, if that's not up.
Are you bearing your souls right now?
Just bearing it all.
I can all I can't bear this.
All right. And Penelope, give me a D6.
I also rolled a 1.
Okay. I am gonna have you ask Camilla. You're gonna have a little moment here where you want to know what their proudest moment from tonight was.
Camilla, I loved your performances tonight, and I would have never guessed that you were just a tiny little mouse with butt padding. You have some very good padding, by the way. So what was your favorite night or favorite part of your performance tonight? What are you most proud of?
Oh my goodness. I think, I mean, I have to admit, although the burlesque dance did not go as intended exactly, I think my mentor would be proud of me that I picked myself up off the surprise floor work and kept up with the performance. Did not run off stage in a huff.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going. They don't know that you're not supposed to do floor work at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Audience only knows if it's a mistake if you telegraph that it's a mistake.
I think I will get the fur coat hemmed just a little bit, for next time.
Important note. Well, it's winding down, last call has happened, and it is time to clear your stuff out of the dressing room and make a fabulous farewell. So describe each of you how you're amazing, because I think you're all divas now at this point. I mean, maybe not fully in stature, but like you're feeling it. You each got a trophy. You feel amazing. This was a great show. You're riding that like post-show high, right? There are people at the bar who are like, we want to buy you a drink. Come on out here. So how do you exit from this space? I know Penelope and Bryony are going to go lick some dumpsters. So if you want to do a joint exit, the two of you may do yours together.
I look over at Jim and I'm like, well, I mean, I think it looks like it's kind of dying down here. You want to go? There's a dumpster. I don't know, maybe like a quarter mile down the path here. It's behind an old school.
Yeah, that sounds great. I noticed
Unless you have a favorite one that's nearby.
No, that sounds great. I'd love to try it out, you know. That's the spirit of adventure. I noticed that you're kind of a, kind of on all fours type. Is that more comfortable for you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank God, because I tell you what, my legs are killing me. I think Jim just sort of
barrels down. Yeah, I mean, I know that's kind of like a limitation for the panda. I can't really do the sort of cute, whatever that they do, but
well,
it's
come on,
fun.
let's trot.
All right.
And they trot
off into the night. Camilla, Botter.
And then Camilla, is presumably riding on Botter's shoulder and puts her tiny little mouse arm kind of around the shoulder neck area, like a friend would do, the same size. Well, there are a bunch of people out at that bar who thoroughly enjoyed your performance. I know a lot of them. A lot of them are regulars. A lot of them are performers themselves on their night off. Let's get you introduced to the community, my darling.
Oh my God, that'd be great. I am on a time limit. I did tell some of the Fireflies that I would join their party. Not quite sure how that's going to work. I think it'll probably just be my snoot in the party, but we'll see how it goes. But
Firefly parties get a little out of hand, so we'll do one quick hello lap, and I'll send you on your way.
Great.
And as you head over to the bar, camera pans over to the Country Toads playing us out. What a raucous, delightful evening that this has been. That has been Ball of the Wild, my friends. Let's take our moments and do our moments of gratitude. There were so many things that happened in this game tonight that were just really sweet and heartfelt or ridiculous. So what did your fellow players do that really spoke to you this evening?
I got to shout out all the flash dance because I too briefly considered flash dance, but did not do it. So it's just a little hive mind. That was delightful.
It would have been amazing if all three of you had done flash dance and then Potter was like, did I miss a memo?
Well,
was it a theme night?
I was just going to do Singing in the Rain. And then I was like, okay, but I hit a 6 on a D6. So it had to be something.
Had to be big.
Yeah. So
I actually at first thought that when you started with Singing in the Rain, that you were going to bust into the Tom Holland remix with Umbrella.
That's what I thought.
Oh, yeah. That would have been great.
No, but Flashdance also great because of all the I'm with you. With you.
I have to say, I am still getting over the clam on the belly. It was great theatrics, but also the flavor was great.
The venue is still very upset about that. It made a mess. They weren't expecting it.
It was a lot of glitter.
Yeah, maybe too much glitter, I would say.
Is there such a thing at a drag show?
Listen, there are venues that do not allow loose particulates. We did not check prior to going in. They were like, it's probably fine. I'm just going to do it. Amazing.
It's your first show. It's under. We'll let it slide.
You are forgiven and we love it. We can't get enough.
I really appreciate everyone's comedy routines. Because I feel like they were all cheesy in their own little ways.
Comedy routines were gold. I also really loved anytime anybody rolled real bad that they just really committed. to like, hey, the dice said I failed at this, and I'm gonna fail with my whole self. This is a full body fail, everyone. We're doing it.
Look, I have to say, like, it there's no bad way to do flash dance. So I had a backup plan. If it went well, it was gonna be flash dance. If it went really bad, it was gonna be fish heads. Are you all familiar with the fish head song?
That was a thing that I had forgotten about for probably a good 4 or 5 years. So
Oh my
thank you
goodness.
kindly for cursing me.
I brought it back.
I've given
Like
to
the
you.
Dr. Demento like
Yup.
compilation fish
Oh my
heads.
gosh.
Yep.
Oh my
Cool.
gosh, friends. Woof.
But Sarah, your B as oh my just the idea that the MC would be this tiny, they bring out the magnifying glass.
I'm here I am.
Everyone's reviews were great.
Yeah, the reveals were so lovely. I mean, I didn't know at all what anybody was, which I think is a testament to your drag, everyone. Fully transformed. Well done. I'm going to go around the table. I'm going to have you tell me where we can find you on the internet. I would also love it if you could tell me, if you were going to do drag/burlesque, what you think your name would be on stage. Now, I ask the hard-hitting questions here on Sarah's table.
That's a question that, like, I would agonize for months over, like, what my stage name was going to be.
Mm-hmm. So if I was going to do drag, so, mask performing, male presenting, my stage name would be Rich Tapestry. And I would probably wear a smoking jacket and an ascot. I feel like that is what would happen. And I would probably speak in a terrible British accent. And maybe I would have a beard and smoke a pipe. That is what I feel in my bones. I almost called you Camilla. Your name is Deidre. Deidre, where can we find you on the internet? And what would your name be if you were a drag performer?
So for good or for ill, I do exist on the internet. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Deidre Dykes, just my everyday name. Talk about writing, talk about birds, talk about food, all kinds of stuff. And then I guess I feel like this is cheating. I've had a derby name in my head for years, but I'm going to just turn it into the burlesque name because I think it could still work in the same way.
There's a crossover. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it does rely on the MC to deliver it correctly because it would be Jackie. Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, yeah. Listen, anybody who is hosting a burlesque show understands how to deliver a burlesque name. Trust me, you would be just fine.
Delightful.
Yeah. All right, Cody, where can we find you? And what would your stage name be?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. It's just Cody Bahn, first name, last name. I think I'm still on Twitter, but like I never use it, so we're not even going to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
And my stage name, I'm kind of with Dustin. Like this would normally take me like months to like mull over in
I
my
understand,
head.
and this is not a legally binding contract, friend. I promise.
But I am a Transformers fan. It's currently what I am hyper fixated on. So I would be Optimus Prima Donna.
Oh, it's wonderful. We love it. I can't wait to see your costumes. I will book you for a show right now. Let's do it. All right. All right. Dustin, where can we find you? What is your name?
My name is Dustin Patrick Winter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't always play a bear, but when I do, it's Jim the Bear. If you want more Jim the Bear, watch the episode that we did for Psychic Trash Detectives, the game that Tiffany and I, as Scryptids, as two of the members, are working on right now. It's an amazing game and written by my wife, Bridget.
Who is a delight of a human.
We need to get her on the show.
I'm down. Call
All
my
right.
people. It's just me. I'm my people. Just call me. It's fine.
I'll have her. Yeah, we'll call you. We'll call you.
Okay, great.
You can find me online at Never Say Dustin on most social media. And be sure to check out Scripted Games and give us a follow. Get on our mailing list. Lots of cool stuff like this is going to happen. So love to let you know about it.
And your
Yeah, we're
stage
on
name?
Twitter. Oh,
I really, I thought that I was hoping that I could just
You just
scoot
slide it by. I understand things.
I just, it's like when somebody asks you, like, what's your favorite color? And you can't remember what a color is anymore. Like,
sure.
Jim the Bear would be a good
Jim the
stage-
Bear would be an excellent stage name.
yeah.
It's evocative.
right there on the package.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right there.
I would like, I don't know, like I'd want to like make it into a pun. So like, I don't know, like Baron something like was the Trapp guy, was he a Baron von Trapp? I don't know.
I mean, he is now. I'm with you.
What'd you say? Hold on, she's Bridget is screaming.
Bridget's helping.
Jim the Bear it all.
Oh yes, thank you so much, Bridget. This is why you have a helpful partner.
Thank you. I'm nothing without
Jim
Bridget.
the Bear it all. I love it. All right, Tiff.
Scriptid is on Instagram, Twitter. Our website is scriptedgames.com. I will only say I can be found on Itch at Tifa's Letterbox. And again, agreeing, I would spend so much time on this, but the only thing I can think of right now is the gay Mergirl, which is the gamer girl.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But the gay Mergirl. So that would be my stage name.
It could be half fish, but which half?
Right? Fish head for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we got to take a little bit of inspiration from Briny, that fish head, the big googly eyes.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
That's an appreciation thing that I forgot. I appreciate that Jim got over his like thing with fish.
Yeah. He was afraid of fish in the last one.
Look, when I create a character, I create a character arc.
Yeah. This is an arc for sure. I feel like were we to revisit Psychic Trash Detectives, that the coyote maybe would have joined the group.
The coyote eats Jerome Robbins in order to
absorb his power,
to gain his power.
Or does it become like a Krang situation?
Or maybe Jerome is on vacation.
Yeah,
and
he deserves a break.
Yeah.
Wait, Deidre, did you say Krang like from Ninja Turtles? Like, like wearing him in his like tummy,
like piling little TV.
Does that mean Jerome is also in drag as Colton the Coyote?
This is a double drag situation that really that second layer is just Jerome in the middle. Oh, in like a elaborate puppet suit.
Yeah, like with a puppet that is much larger than him.
Yeah. Like a mech suit.
Yeah. Okay, so a Jerome in a Colton mech suit is absolutely what was going to happen the next time.
Great. I can't wait.
I will describe for you a meme. This is going to go great because I'm taking visual media and just describing it. So I saw a meme earlier today, and it was a guy and a gal, and he was going up to her and talking to her, and he said, why are you sitting way up there? Are you a cat? And it zoomed in on her brain, and there was a little cat at the controls. And the cat said, oh my God, is he on to me? I'll just play that off. Of course not, silly. And then it pans over to him, and he is 3 otters in a trench coat.
Trench coats.
He's in, like, 3 otters are inside him. Like, well, good going, James. Like, you almost like messed this whole thing up for us. And then it pans into the otter, and it is 3 raccoons like squeezed into an otter. Like, you're gonna blow this for us, man.
It's just animals controlling mech suits of animals all the way down. Animals all the way down. Listen, we can get really deep with this. And next time we can do that. All of the 4 of you that were revealed are actually also in drag. And then we'll take that layer off. You'll all be like onions or parfait. I don't know which one. You get to decide which one you like better. I feel like Jim would go for onion. Maybe somebody else would go for a parfait.
Jim would go for an onion parfait.
Yeah, onion parfait. Perfect. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Sarah Moore. You can find me all over the internet at Pixies and Pins, and you can go to my website at pixiesandpins.com. Next week on Sarah's Table, which is every Friday night at 5 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/GenConTV. I don't know. I don't have a plan. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my process. And my process today is that I don't have a plan for what we're playing next. I have a ton of games that are very exciting, and there's a giant stack of them right here, and a bunch of them I haven't played yet, and I'm really excited about getting my hands on them. But I just I don't know yet. Probably something wild, probably something involving animals, probably something involving shenanigans. That feels like my brand. So, just come back here. And listen, as we have talked about before previously on the show, if you get a link from me in your inbox, probably just click it. It's probably good. You're probably going to come here and do some sort of heartwarming storytelling where everybody's proud of each other. Probably. That's horrible advice. Don't just click a random.
I click every link that I get.
It is not.
My identity has only been stolen twice.
Only twice? That's so good.
That's just good sense.
Just gonna click all the things. We're excited. It's fine.
How are you gonna get that $1 million from the prince if you don't click every link? You
know what? I understand that, but for legal purposes, don't do that.
No, please don't. Please don't. It's the worst idea. Don't. We're all joking.
Please and thank you. I'm gonna send my thank yous out for everybody. Thank you to my partner, who is my personal tech support and my editor, and is a person who helps me mostly stay sane. Thank you to Gen Con for giving me this platform and allowing me to shine the light on some really amazing, rad indie games that don't have a lot of money or eyeballs on them. Thank you to Peter Atkinson for trusting me to program this, even though, as I have openly admitted multiple times, I have no idea what I'm doing. Thank you to all of you who have been at my table today and who keep coming back for some weird reason. I am so happy that I have collected you all and put you in my pocket. Thank you to Marcus Mays, who is our tech over at Gen Con TV. I appreciate you keeping everything running smoothly. Thank you at home for watching. You are the reason why I get to keep doing this stuff. If you who are watching have written a game and you are interested in getting it on the show, please find a way to get it into my hot little hands. Could be digital, could be real. You could send it through the mail. You could email it to me. You could just post it on the internet and tag me in it. You could attach it to an animal. Give it strict instructions to get to my house. And then hope real hard. Maybe. Thank you to Nat Mesnard for making this rad game and to Scryptid Games for publishing it because it is awesome. Go buy it when you have the opportunity, please, and thank you. And as always, keep making art and keep being art. We'll see you next time. Mwah!